Alright everyone, hey, how's it going? My name is Alex, welcome to the Alexo channel, and this is a quick thoughts video on Thom Yorke's new album, Anima. So I know that there wasn't a Freddie Gibbs and Madlib review on Tuesday, and that's just because there was some family things going on that just made it too difficult for me to make a video that day. If you'd like to see updates about videos or whatever, because I did say, I did let Twitter know, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, at Alexo774. I'll put a link down there. You'll get some updates about videos when they're coming out and all of that. So Thom Yorke, solo artist, singer from Radiohead, one of my favorite groups of all time. This is his new album, and basically it's a little bit like his older stuff, his older solo stuff at least, which is very electronic, glitchy, glitch pop. You've got The Eraser, you've got Tomorrow's Modern Boxes. He put out that Suspiria soundtrack last year, which I thought was actually really great. One of my favorite albums of last year. Not like a super highlight, but definitely one of the better ones. And he's here less than a year later with this album, so that's pretty exciting. For the most part, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to go out and say that this is going to be one of the best albums of the year or anything, because it's definitely not, unless it grows on me like crazy. But I did think that it was a pretty decent album. I'm not huge on how a lot of the songs are structured. Sorry, I'm going to be looking at my notes. I'm not huge at how a lot of these songs are structured, especially in the beginning and in the end. In the beginning, a lot of these songs just feel way too long. The first two songs are about 2 minutes long, and they just feel like they're like 8 or 9 minutes. By the time I'm done with the second track, I'm like, how far are we through? And then I noticed that we're only 2 out of 9 songs, which is a little bit of a negative for me, just because it really just shows that this album, it has a little bit of an issue with structuring and how the placement of the songs goes. And despite the fact that I do think overall the release is pretty cohesive, I do think that overall these first two songs and the last two songs, the two songs that close it out, they go on for way too long, and it's less because of their length and more because of how they're structured and how the song ideas in between them work. It's not a bad album though, like I said. I do have a lot to compliment about. The production is absolutely amazing. It's crystal clear, but not in the way where it's really boring and just cleanly. It's crystal clear in a way that really accentuates the production. The glitchy electronics, the synthesizers are just up front, and Thom Yorke's vocals are mixed and mastered and put on with these very minimal uses of effects that really bring them also to the forefront. So everything that you're hearing is something that you can take in and enjoy, and it's really just amazing to hear how well produced this album is. And it reminds me a little bit like all Thom Yorke solo stuff of The King of Limbs, but it's a lot more strictly, I don't know, electronic. And I wouldn't say that it's flow-wise King of Limbs, because King of Limbs starts out very glitchy and energetic and groovy, and then slows down to the end where you get like Codex, and you've got Give Up the Ghost, one of my favorite Radiohead songs, and then Separator, which is a very low-key version of what was going on in the first half. No, this one is more of a hodgepodge. So you get the really slow stuff right in the middle, with a song like Dawn Chorus, which easily one of the better songs on this album. You've got a lot more of those jumpy, electronic, dancey stuff all over the place, just interspersed throughout. The first song, which is called Traffic, not one of my favorite songs on the album, but it does have a nice groove. You've got Twist, another one of the actual highlights. It is 7 minutes long, but it definitely doesn't overstay its welcome like those first couple songs do. And Not the News. Very glitchy, very fun little track, and it's just it's a great song. It's got great production. I appreciate the IDM vibe that's throughout all of this, and I know that it's mostly like a glitch pop / ambient pop type of record, but there is a lot of IDM, Aphex Twin type stuff going on, and I do like that quite a bit. It's not really something you'd put on at a party or anything. It's a very isolating and cold listen. It's very much music to listen to in your basement in silence, like I just was. But that's not a bad thing. I think that there should be albums for that type of mood. And I think Thom Yorke, even though he really does try to do that in a lot of his albums, I think that this one is one of definitely the most successful ones. Anyways, the songs that I like to mention, I already mentioned Twist and Dawn Chorus and Not the News. The songs that I really wasn't big on actually were I Am a Very Rude Person, which, great song name, but not a very gripping vocal melody. It's a good track that fits in between Dawn Chorus and Not the News, but by itself and as a standalone song, not a huge fan of it. And then we've got The Axe, which just overstays its welcome. It's almost 7 minutes long, and it's right in the back half of the record. It's not bad, and I like the percussion, but it runs on, like I said, just for way too long. And then you've got Impossible Knots, which is the second last song, and like I said, it's cool. It goes on way too long. The closer, Runway Away, pretty slow, but also pretty intriguing. Not a terrible song. Like I said, there's only 9 songs on this. It's about 48 minutes long. A lot of the tracks tend to overstay their welcome, but while they are, I guess, building up something that I enjoy, I am enjoying it. So that's a little bit redundant to say, but despite a lot of these tracks overstaying their welcome, I think that Thom sounds great on these very cold and isolating beats. I think that while they are building up, I'm very much enjoying it. And then they do overstay their welcome, and I'll just get to the point where I'm like, whatever, don't really want to listen to it anymore. But the album is very cohesive, so it really does get you just kind of keep listening to it. I know that there's a short film that has to do with this, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, that I haven't checked out yet, but I will be checking out, and I might tweet about it later, so I guess tweet that out. And yeah, I don't really have that much else to say about the album. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'd be feeling something like a low to mid 7 overall. It's flawed. Lots of the songs run on too long, but Thom Yorke's singing is amazing as always. The production is absolutely immaculate, and a couple of these songs like Twist, Dawn Chorus, and Not the News are pretty great songs. So yeah, that's going to be it for this Quick Thoughts. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you do on YouTube. Check out the actual bandana review. I will be uploading it this Tuesday, and have a great rest of your day.